My people, this one way we dey talk today no be small matter. The news about President Tinubu's government and the new tax plan that's coming next year has been shaking the whole country. Many Nigerians are worried, some are angry, and some are just confused, saying, what exactly is going on? Because the gist everywhere is that the government is planning to introduce new taxes, and some of them might affect fuel, food, and even small businesses. But calm down first, let's break it down well so everybody will understand. And please, as you're watching, just click that like button now and subscribe too. It helps this channel grow so we can always bring you real-time updates like this one. Now, according to
Tinubu is announcing tax 5 months ahead. You know why? Because he knows there's nothing any of you can do. Do you know if Tinubu wants to go for third time, he will get it? With the current realities on ground today,
you think he will get
if
it?
Tinubu wants a third term, he will get it. A man comes in, meets a liter of fuel at 145 naira. Let's even say 200 naira. Right? And he jacks it up to 1,000. And everywhere is so calm. So why is he not being inclusive of the citizens on the street? Why is he not putting them into consideration? Why does he not consider what a parent with 2 kids, 3 kids has to go through to pay school fees, to pay house rent, to buy foodstuff, to buy clothing, to feed? Let Tinubu walk. Let Tinubu walk in Wuse market without security in the evening. You remove fuel subsidy. Where is the money saved? Where? Do you understand? Oh, you're sharing it with 36 state government. So you are telling me that the reason 200 million Nigerians are in
reports and government statements that came out recently. The federal government under President Tinubu has been working on what they call a tax reform package. The idea, according to them, is to make Nigeria less dependent on oil money and increase revenue from other sources. They say the goal is to create a fair system where everyone contributes according to their earnings. But you know how these things go. The moment Nigerians heard the word new tax, everybody became alert. Because in this kind of economy, even the smallest tax can make life more expensive. Please, if you are following the gist, just tap that like button now and let's continue. So, what exactly is inside this new plan? The talk going around says the government wants to adjust value-added tax, that's the VAT we all know, and also introduce a 5% tax on petroleum products. That means if this thing goes into effect next year, fuel prices could go up again. You know how that one affects everything. Transport fare, food items, market goods, even house rent sometimes. And that's why Nigerians are shouting already. But wait, the government came out to say, relax. Not all of these taxes will start immediately. They said they are still consulting, still talking to stakeholders, and some of the changes might even be delayed until 2026. Now you see how this thing can confuse people. Some people read the headlines and believe everything will start immediately. Others say it's just a proposal. But the truth is the bills have already been passed, and what's left is the actual implementation. And that's why it's very important for every Nigerian to pay attention to what is
pain is because you want to satisfy 36 people. You are calling him president. I see him as an emperor. His Royal Majesty, King Tinubu. Do you see state governors groveling before this man? Please, when are we, like some of us who are maybe enlightened, exposed, when are we going to have a round table to decide what to do with this country? Because the way this is currently going on is not how a country is run.
Just my people, as the halt, it don't happen. Now God will bless this guy for speaking out the truth. Please watch this video and don't hesitate to spread this video. Me other people when they see the.
If I were the youth leader, let's say that's the smallest position in the party, me, Henry Shield, if I was the youth leader in PDP or ADC or whatever, believe me to say, Tinubu will not, this tax he wants to bring in January, he will not try it.
What's wrong with the tax, by the way?
Thank you. Very beautiful question. Let me tell you what is wrong with the tax. The money we used in buying that yacht the president bought, was it budgeted for?
No, I didn't recall seeing it in any line.
God bless you. The private jet he bought, the presidential jet he bought, was it budgeted for? The $150 million
being gazetted, because that's where the real truth will show. Please, if you like how we're breaking it down, click the like button and subscribe now. Don't forget, let's talk about the VAT part first. Currently, Nigeria's VAT rate is 7.5%, but there's been discussion about raising it. Now, even though the finance ministry said they're not increasing it yet, the bills clearly allow for some flexibility in rates. That means technically it can go up when they decide it's time. You know what that means? Food and everyday goods can become more expensive, but the government said they will make sure essential items like food, education, and healthcare remain VAT free. So that's a bit of relief, right? But still, many people don't trust it until they see it on paper. Then there's the 5% fuel tax that caused a lot of noise. Nigerians are still recovering from the fuel subsidy removal. And now to hear that another tax may come on petrol is scary. The government said this one won't start now, that it's just part of the plan for the future, and they will consult with labor unions and other stakeholders first. But even with that explanation, Nigerians are not calm. Because if it eventually starts next year, that's another round of increase in transport and food costs. Imagine, you go to buy gari or rice, and the seller says transport don't increase again. That's how these things trickle down. But to be fair, the government said this tax reform is to make Nigeria more financially stable. They want to reduce borrowing, fund schools, hospitals, and roads through internal revenue. They say too many people in Nigeria don't pay tax.
He used the bridal plane. Was it budgeted for? No. Now let me tell you what is wrong with the tax. You are putting the horse before the cart, right? The first thing is to set up a system that holds public officials accountable to the people. I will not give. Have you seen your FIRS chairman? Do you see his convoy? Do you know what the man has been doing with resources around? Let me tell you, we are in a rush. That's not the first thing. Control taxing is not the first thing. First thing is system. Get a system that makes sure that you, as a councillor, as a local government chairman, as a commissioner, as a governor, senator, whatever, public funds in your custody. They are something that I can sit down here in this studio, use my phone and access and know how much you have spent and what you spent them for.
Transparency.
Do you understand? Not at your own, not by your wish. Not like, oh, let me decide on what to give them. No. A system that makes,
especially in the informal sector, like small traders, artisans, and online businesses. So, they want to make the system more digital where people can pay easily and transparently. Sounds good in theory, but you and I know that implementation is where wahala starts. Because when you try to bring small business people into formal taxation without helping them first, it can kill the hustle. Please, if you're still here and following, click that like button now and subscribe. You see how this gist is getting interesting? Now, many people are asking, why now? Why is the government pushing all these when people are already struggling? Inflation is high, fuel is expensive, and jobs are not easy to get. That's the same question labor unions are asking too. They've warned the government not to rush the implementation of these taxes because Nigerians are still finding it hard to cope. And you know labor doesn't keep quiet for long. If they feel people are suffering too much, they will call for protests or strikes. So it's a tense situation. Let's talk about another part that people are not even paying attention to: how this new tax plan could affect state governments. The way VAT is shared right now gives states a big portion of the money collected. But under this reform, the sharing formula might change. Some states could get less money than before, especially those that depend heavily on federal allocation. That's why some governors are quietly expressing concern. If they get less, it means fewer projects and salaries might be delayed. So, it's not only ordinary Nigerians feeling worried, even state governments are watching this closely. Now, While all this is happening, the government is also working on improving how tax is collected. They want to merge some revenue agencies and reduce duplication, meaning one agency might be in charge of collecting most taxes instead of having many different ones. That could be good because it reduces corruption and confusion. But some experts say it could also centralize too much power in the hands of a few people. And if those people misuse it, it can become dangerous. At this point, let's pause small. If you're watching right now and you've not yet liked this video, please do it now. Just tap that like button and don't forget to subscribe too. It helps us grow and bring you fresh news like this every day. All right, let's continue. Now let's imagine if all these new taxes...
It's impossible for you to take my money because it's my tax. The reason why you've not had it up to now, do you know why? Because we've been relying on fuel money, oil money. But now that you want to remove from people's salaries, earnings, man, you've got to account for it. So the first thing is not for us to go and say tax. Can you tell me today what budget we are running?
No, that's the description for it is that it's complicated.
See, I came here honestly out of immense love and respect for you. I won't do anything. I'm tired. Tinubu is announcing tax 5 months ahead. You know why? Because he knows there's nothing any of you can do. If it were in a civilized society, he would not try it. If I was, God, there's no opposition to him, and the citizens are tired. The citizens are feeling, they are acting defeated, conquered. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's nothing. Tinubu will have a free ride. Do you know if Tinubu wants to go for third time, he will get it?
Obasanjo tried it. It didn't work out. Why do you think he
I didn't mention Obasanjo.
That's the only person that comes to mind that's tried it.
I said,
talked about it.
I'm asking you now, with the current realities on ground today,
this is actually going to affect next year. What will life look like? First, fuel prices might go up again, even if it's just by a small percentage. That means transport fares will rise, buses, KK, Okada, everything. That one will automatically push up prices of food. Because once transport is expensive, everything in the market becomes expensive too. You'll see tomato and pepper sellers blaming it on fuel cost. Then if VAT goes up too, goods in supermarkets will also go up. It's a chain reaction. But that's not the only side. If the government truly uses the money wisely, we could also see some improvement in infrastructure. Maybe better roads, better hospitals, and better schools. The key word there is if. Nigerians have heard the same promise many times, so people are saying, show us action. Because if citizens are paying more tax, they expect to see value for it. No one wants to pay higher tax and still see potholes everywhere and power problems every day. So, what's the way forward? First, government needs to communicate better. Many of these rumors spreading online came because people didn't understand the full plan. Some headlines made it look like everything is starting tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, some parts are not yet active. Government should speak clearly, hold town hall meetings, and explain in simple language how these taxes work and when exactly they'll start. Secondly, there must be protection for low-income earners. If fuel tax or VAT goes up, there should be targeted relief for people earning little. Maybe transport vouchers, food support, or business grants. That's how to balance things so the poor don't suffer too much. And finally, transparency is key. Nigerians want to see exactly how these taxes are spent. If the funds go into real development, people won't complain as much. But if it disappears into corruption, the anger will explode. You see, this whole tax reform issue is like a double-edged sword. It can either fix Nigeria's economy or make life harder for citizens, depending on how it's handled. Some experts have praised it as bold and necessary, while others say it's too harsh at this moment. But one thing everyone agrees on, Nigeria needs a better system that doesn't rely only on oil money. So my people, let's watch closely. Between now and next year, more announcements will come. It's your right to stay informed. Don't just rely on social media gist. Always verify from credible sources. And please, if you're watching this far, click that like button and subscribe now. Because this channel is here to break it down for you in plain English, the way everybody can understand. Now, before we round up, let me leave you with this. Taxes are not bad by themselves. Every country in the world depends on tax to develop. The problem is not paying tax. The problem is trust. Nigerians don't trust that their taxes are used for their good. If the government can rebuild that trust, show results, and communicate honestly, people will start seeing tax as a contribution, not punishment. That's the truth. Thank you for staying with me to this point. If you enjoyed this gist and you want me to continue with updates as more details come out, like how the new tax laws will affect businesses, market women, and transport, just drop a comment and say, continue. Please like this video right now, subscribe, and share it so more people can understand what's really going on.